What's up, everyone? It is Friday night. Holy crap. Oh, what a day. What a day. Been a great day today. Today was beautiful out. Beautiful. It was beautiful. The sun was shining. It was perfect weather. Didn't need a hoodie or a jacket or anything. I spent some time out and about because, why not? Let's live life while we can. I am here solo tonight. In case you did not know, did not read the intro description for the show tonight, I'm flying solo. There's no Donna. Donna, she's not here. She's not here. She's visiting family, so I'm on my own tonight. I want to say hi to Jay and Shauna and Jim. Hey, Jim. Dr. Jim made it. Daniel Reed, Robert, what's up? I'm glad everyone's joining me tonight. I don't know how long this show is going to go. It really depends on you because it's open mic night. And because I'm by myself, well, that's it. This is Tom's World. Yes, that's right. I am unsupervised. That's right. It's all me tonight. So, hey, Teresa, if I get backlogged or if I don't get your comment, it's totally my fault. Oh, shit. Radford's in the house. But yeah, tonight is open mic night. Let me get to the rules. Let me find my rules because we need rules. We I have to have some kind of rules because if not, I mean, what am I going to ignore if I don't have rules? So rule number 1 is that you are welcome to ask questions tonight. And tonight's a special night. I got a little theme because why not? My show, it's complaint department night. If you got something you want to complain about, you want to bitch about, that has to do something with our show here. Hey, Jade Kitten. Then you're more than welcome to bring that up. And I encourage you tonight to come on the show if you can. Come on the show, join me for a couple minutes and talk about your complaints, air your grievances. Just get it out there if you want to. Rule number 2 is that I don't know everything. So you might have a complaint, you might ask a question, and that has to do with your complaint. I might not know it. It's all right. We got Google. Google's over here. So we can look it up. We can learn. I have my notebook, my trusty notebook here. And if I can't get an answer for you in a short amount of time, then I will try my best to research something and get back to you at a later time. Rule number 3 is that we follow the Patrick Swayze rule here, and that is basically be nice. That's what it means. Be nice. You can be in the chat room and discuss and discuss. I said that already. What's the other word I was looking for? Debate. I said that too. Shit, what's wrong with me? You can discuss, debate, disagree. That's the word I'm looking for. Agree, whatever. That's fine. It's cool. Just don't devolve into fighting and name calling and stuff like that because actually I'm going to rely on you guys that if it gets out of hand to let me know so that I can boot them because Donna's not here. Anyway, number 4 is that if you do have a question, please put a Q in front of it, especially tonight, so that I can kind of notice it and star it for later or, get to it right away because it is open mic night. And if you guys don't have complaints or questions, this is going to be a really, really short show. We're all going to have off. We're all going to be done in like 10 minutes. So, and rule number 5 is my favorite rule, drink up. I love me a Friday night. So with that, let me go back to, I do have an open mic night overlay. Look at that shit. All fancy and stuff. I love it. All right, let's see. I disagree with your rules. That's okay. You're allowed. That's totally cool. I don't mind. Just as long as you keep it clean. All right, so let's see. What else do I have here? You and Ben not going to fight and name call? Well, that's different. We have different rules. He's a special case because he's a special Ben. Oh, I'm going to crack myself up. Let me see. You really think that no one will have complaints for Kenny Biddle? Really? Come on now. I mean, that's so it's open for everyone. You can complain about things. If you want to complain about ghost hunters or psychics or Bigfoot hunters or UFO things, whatever you want to do. And if you have complaints about me, you're free to put them up there. Let me put the I'm going to put the link. Oh, this is always dangerous to do. This is I'm going to put the link in the chat room so you guys can copy and paste it or just click on it. I don't know how it comes up. Does it actually come up in a link in your feed? I doubt it does in YouTube, but I'm thinking maybe Facebook will actually have it a hyperlink instead. I don't know. I've never seen it outside of this. So let me know. And if you want to come on. But don't come on just to hang out. Like, just be like, well, I'm just here. I have nothing to talk about. Have something to talk about. That's all I ask. Let me see here. Well, we got Ben and Daniel going back. Oh no, Ben's just talking shit. There we go. I knew it. I knew I could count on him. I do have 2 complaints that I'll start with. Maybe it gets everyone going. Oh, let's see. Who's this? This is new. A disabio? A disabio. I don't know. I think I'm saying that right. I hope so. All right. Squatch Talk. Just looking to make sure I don't have any questions here. It's been a while since I've done this. All right. So my first complaint is not really a complaint per se, more like a slight bother or slight feeling of I don't know what it is. I'm just gonna say it. I don't get mail here. Like, we have mailboxes at work, and I see everyone else gets mail, and like, I'm the only one. I should be getting hate mail, but I usually get hate mail through email or messages, private messages, Facebook messages. But I thought it would be fun. Maybe, hopefully, if you guys want to play along, send me something. Send me mail. Let me actually, I should be putting this up on screen. I'm going to put it in the chat room. If you want to send me mail, something like snail mail, remember that ancient stuff? Like, if you get almost like pen pals, hey, Dana, hey, how you doing? Yeah, be my pen pal. If you guys get if you go to like paranormal conferences or events and they have flyers or brochures, especially like when you go to psychic fairs and stuff, they always have brochures for everyone. But any kind of thing like cryptids or UFOs or just metaphysical conferences or, really cool stuff, whatever. Yeah, which I love that. I love that. Yeah, with stamps. Yeah, I know. Let me put this in the chat room before I forget. So there you go. I'm going to put that's where you can email stuff to me. But yeah, if you get this stuff or like, who was it? I think Ro, one of the people that work here, one of my coworkers, she had gotten something from a Jehovah's Witness thing. They left something on her door, and it was like a door hanger kind of placard, and it was all kinds of weird out there stuff. And she complained about it online, and then I was like, oh, I would like to see that. So she sent it to me. It's in my file cabinet over there. But it was really cool just to look through. And I don't know if you can see it. Like, let me see if I can, let me move this out of the way so that you guys can actually see higher up here. I'm going to try not to screw up my camera. Who knows if I will. If you look right up there, there's there's $100 bill that's movie money. That's from Richard Saunders. He sent me that. It's not real money. It looks like real money at first glance, but it's not. But that right there, wait, is that the right one? No, I got it backwards. I got it backwards. That one's the $50 bill from Richard Saunders. This one is a $1 million bill. And it's one of those that's meant to like fool you. Because you go to pick it up, you think it's like, oh, this is like $100 bill or something. You go to pick it up and you realize it's like, it has like a religious message on the back. I'll show you. Because I can do that here. So you get this. Probably shouldn't be showing. I don't know if I can show this, but I'm going to show it anyway. So you get this. I think I've showed it before. And then you turn it around and it's it's this big like holy message that's up there. So a friend of mine saw them. They were at my previous employment, and he snatched them all up out of the lunchroom because somebody left them in the lunchroom. He's like, "Get this shit out of here!" And then I went over and begged him for one because I was like, I really like one. That would be awesome. And he gave me one, and so now I have it. All right. So again, you guys, this is your show. You guys need to send me some questions if we want to keep this going, or throw out a topic. Still put a Q in front of it. And if you have complaints, still put a Q in front of it. Just because I'm so used to like looking over real quick at the chat and seeing a Q somewhere, that would help me out a lot. So I don't have to keep talking the entire night. Or at least, begging for stuff. I mean, not that I don't do that anyway. Can you leave that address for Christmas? Send me a Christmas card. Yeah, or, Hanukkah or whatever. I found $100 in movie money in the Yosemite State Park last year. Oh, that's pretty cool. That's interesting. All right, so that was my first, not really a complaint, but just like a complaint / request, because I walk over every day, twice a day, and just look and say, oh, you know what? Maybe I got mail. No, I did almost get mail in my mailbox. This past week, I was recording. I was finishing up a video, which will be coming out soon. Probably next week, it should be released. I did the DR60. The Panasonic DR60 holy grail of EVP recorders. Bullshit. I did a whole video on that, just deep dive into it. So really, really cool. Let's see. Oh, wait, I got some topics. Let me finish this first. So, but I didn't get it in my mailbox. Tim Binga, who is our librarian, he left it on my door, which was nice because I usually have my door closed with the light on that says on air, and he left it on the doorknob. So when I came out, the entire newspaper, this thing, these are newspapers. These were physical things we used to read. It was great. So now I got that. It's about lake monsters up here in this area. So that's Ben Radford should like that. All right. So let's see. All right. So one question here. Jonathan Keyworth. What's up, buddy? EMP powering spirit. So this is a good one. This is a real good one. I like this one because I've done a couple pieces on this. At least one article I've done where I took apart a pump. So the idea here, let me give you a kind of a, excuse me. Wow, that came from like down deep. It snuck up on me. I'm sorry. So an EM pump basically is it's supposed to put out electromagnetic field, electromagnetic field into the environment, because the idea, and it's not a theory, please don't use the word theory. I don't like when people misuse that word, but the idea is that ghosts are they feed on that somehow, or they use it somehow as energy to do work. So I didn't do it wrong, but I'm still going to drink. They use it as energy to speak or move things or something like that. It's a completely fabricated belief. It's based on nothing. It's based on nothing but belief, assumptions, and speculation. That's it. There's no facts behind it. However, that doesn't stop people from building devices to sell at a very high price, or a ridiculous price compared to the components involved, and sell it under the idea that if you turn this on and it creates this EM field, you are like somehow powering the spirits or giving them like a jump start, I guess. I don't really know what the idea, what that's supposed to do, except that it allows them to do things like talk to you through EVPs or move stuff. So I've seen a couple of these. There was a guy, no, I forget his name, because honestly, he was forgettable. That was mean. I shouldn't have done that. But it's true. But he made this EM pump, and he's got like this big colorful label on it. I did a video on it and demonstrated it because he said if you turn this on, you can get a lot of activity. And he had videos of him on a YouTube channel getting alleged activity, which included orbs. So you know how I feel about that. I need to have like little video clips that pop in there and be like, Bullshit. So yeah, he would do this. He would turn it on, show you videos of like orbs would pass by, but he also claimed to get different things. And this is like across the board. So the idea behind an EM pump is basically you can have two ways of doing it. You either have a like a 9-volt battery that's connected to a um oh my gosh, I've had a brain fart. You're a coil. You have a coil going. So you have a copper wire wrapped around a piece of metal, and it creates a magnetic field. That's all it is. Pretty cheap. I just saw pictures of it. I should, if I could find it, I would put it up and share it to you because I know I just saw pictures. Excuse me. I don't know why I'm burping. I just saw pictures of a similar device, like a cheap device that I had taken apart. I'm looking for it now to see if I have anything. I don't. I wasn't prepared for this. My bad. So that's one way. The other way is that you can basically get magnets. Magnets. You get the heavier magnets. Not really these, but you can use these. But you can get other magnets. And the guy that I investigated, he literally took the magnet and hot glued it to a little solenoid. It was a toy solenoid. So it was a tiny little solenoid that spun it, and it was made for like a toy cars, just to make little toy cars go. He put two of them in a box and hooked them to battery packs, and that was it. And he sold it for I think $100 or $150 or something like that. And I think it was like five or $6 worth of parts. But it doesn't do anything. And in the video that oh shit, you know what? I should be sharing the video so that you can see this. Kev Kerr. Let me see. I can bring it up really quick. Actually much quicker than I can try to find that damn picture. So here it is. EM pump, energy for ghosts. Let me see here. And link, copy, and paste. There we go. So I'm putting it in the chat now. You can check it out. That's the video that I did, and it really shows that it doesn't do shit. A little battery operated fan, like a little fan. I think it was only like 4 or 5 inch diameter fan that I had clamped to my desk, put out as much EMF, or actually a stronger field than the pump did. And there was a whole thing about it having crystals inside of it, which amplified it. And I actually tested that during the video, with and without the crystals, and it didn't do shit because crystal power doesn't exist. All right, so hopefully that answered your question. I hope so, Jonathan. Please give you a better understanding of it's not a good idea. It's a waste of time. To be honest. Oh, Dave Schumacher's in the house. Look at that shit. All right. Let me see here. Going through. Here's Tom's question. Big question. What's in the cup? I bet it's some kind of rum drink. I don't know. Maybe not. You can see. No, tea. All right. Let's see. Getting out of there. Oh, I so miss Donna being here, taking care of this shit for me. Josh Bender. What's up, buddy? Hey, Kenny, I'm patiently waiting for your video on the DR60. So it is completed. My biggest problem, my biggest obstacle actually was to get one. Trying to get one. And that was difficult because when I started the project, and this was like weeks and weeks ago, I had seen the lowest I saw was like $800 or $1,000. And now the lowest one, since I started shooting the video a week ago, the lowest I could find online for that thing was $2,400. Ridiculous. Not worth it. Spoiler alert, not worth it. Not even worth a quarter. It's not even worth 24 cents, let alone $2,400. But I do a deep dive into it. I finished up the video. I had a few days with it. A friend of mine, Daniel Klaus, who lives a couple minutes from me, he had one and he let me borrow it for a few days, which was really nice of him. He didn't have to do that, especially because I mean he knows what I do. He didn't have to help me out, but he was really cool about it. And so yeah, I went through it. I did a whole bunch of recordings. I have them all saved, so I know what it sounds like. And I was getting ghosts every time. Every time. What? How could that be possible? Because it's fake. Because it's a piece of shit recorder. That's really what it comes down to. But in the video, I go into the whole the science behind it. I found manuals that I hadn't found before. I don't think anyone else, as far as I know, anyone else that's written about this or did a video on it has not found these manuals. So hopefully this I mean, I know it's not going to settle it. I know people are still going to use it, but at least you have some ammunition to use if somebody comes up and goes, oh, this is such a great EVP tool. And you can say, no, it's not. It's bullshit. And this is why. All right. So there you go. Hopefully that'll be out this coming week because I submitted it yesterday. So it takes a little bit to go in. It's got to get reviewed and make sure that it's all good before it goes out. And then once it's posted, I will be sharing it with you guys. All right, Daniel Reed. Let's see. I can't figure out how to get people to contribute to the West Virginia Skeptic Society page, Facebook page. Any thoughts? So, all right. Patience is a virtue. Patience is your friend here. I understand you want to get going really quick. You want things to happen. I get that. Because I'm always like that. I'm go, go, go. I think in this case, it's going to take a lot of time. You're going to have to just be persistent. And I can start. I mean, for me, when new stuff comes out, I'll definitely share it to the page. I can put it on my list of things to do. But to get other people to contribute, I think you just kind of have to be patient with it, get it out there, keep posting, and then I mean something what I do. I don't know if you're doing this yet, but I usually I have my I Am Kenny Biddle page that if you're watching this on Facebook, you're probably watching through that. I share my articles and my other videos and important stuff that has to do with work to there. First, I initially share it to there, and then from that page, I share it out to other pages. So I share it to my personal Facebook page. I send it out to my other pages that I have. Like I have a Skeptical Help Bar page that I hardly ever use, but I have like 3 Tortured Souls. I share it to that page sometimes, but that helps get people to notice it. That they will see it more because they're seeing you share it from that page. Also, something you can do is start go under that page, so you're under the profile of the West Virginia the Skeptic Society, and start joining other groups and start posting on other groups. Interact via that page rather than your personal page, and that gets exposure. That gets people to see that. Those are 2 little things that I think you can do. Otherwise, keep promoting it. Put it out there, make some flyers up, and maybe in your area. I know West Virginia is kind of spread out. So like communities are spread out much more, much wider than like where I'm from, Philly. That's a dense population. So maybe still put flyers up in like the local library, something like that. Put it up there and say, hey, we're having a meeting. Come on out. If you're into this kind of thing, come on out, talk to us, meet us, and then schedule events. Even if you don't have anyone except for like you and maybe Tim that show up, do it anyway. Or let people know if you're going out. Like I saw your latest Bigfoot video, which was kind of funny. I liked it. But just let people know, hey, I'm going out here on a Saturday. I'm going out to this park. If anyone wants to join me, let me know. And then that gives people something to do. Somewhere to go, even if it's a little adventure or a little hike, it's still something to do. Get out there. Every time I have an event, I tell people where I am, which I probably shouldn't at some of these because there's some mean people I meet. But it doesn't happen all the time. You shouldn't be scared. It's only me. I'm very vocal with this, so that gets you some haters. So let me keep going here. I know that I'm falling behind because I'm seeing like comments like you have new comments. Keep scrolling down, and I can't see anyway. So let me see here. Let's see. Oh, Jonathan, Josh, is that the one that had crystals in it too? I think you're talking about the EM pump. Yes, it had it advertises having 3 crystals, but I got ripped off because I only had 2, which is bullshit. One crystal was dual colored. So it had a like a one color base, like a clear base, and then like a purplish, I think, top base or top part. And I think they're trying to say, oh, that was 2 crystals, but that was totally bullshit. I got ripped. Jim, it's totally bogus. Generates a metric ton of EMF, but turn off the source and no EMF remains. All right. Let's see. Hey, Kev Kerr. Nice to see you, buddy. Hope everything's going good. How's that kid? Huh? How's the family life treating you? Oh, I bet you got your hands full. Awesome. All right. Let me see. Oh, did I jump ahead? Here we go. Oh, we got a question. We got a question. Oh, do I have star? How many did I miss questions? No. I don't think so. Did I miss one? Oh, wait, did I? No. That's why Donna does this and not me. I'm trying to make sure I don't mess up. Let's see. All right. Ben Radford. I'm complaining about Bigfoot believers who insist that skeptics have tried and failed to replicate famous 1967 Patterson Bigfoot footage. In fact, there's been no real effort to recreate the film. I mean, I've seen that's a hard one because I've seen people try to recreate it, and it's one of those arguments of like what side are they on? So, and I want to say there's 3 sides. There's 3 sides. There are the people that totally believe it's real, and when they do, when they try to recreate it, I've seen them do it in a spectacularly bullshit version where they're not trying, and in fact they're trying to make it look not like Bigfoot or not like the video as possible, and they're trying to say, oh look, it's too clunky, I can't do this, and there's a lot of bullshit. You have on the other side people that just are flat out saying, nope, this is fake, completely fake, and they do everything possible to justify that their recreation is exactly how it is. And then you have the people in the middle, which are like, hey, let's just try to figure out what's going on. I don't know if I've seen one that was in the middle. I usually see it on both extremes. So yeah, I get it. I get it. In fact, that's no real effort to recreate. I mean, I think, well, one of the problems is, as I understand it, the area where it was filmed is completely overgrown and changed. I mean, we're talking, what, 50, 60 years now? So it's completely changed. So you can't actually go and recreate in the same area. But I would like to. I mean, do you think we could get funding for that? I would love to go out there and try to recreate that. I don't know. We'll see what we can do. Let's see. I'm seeing so much conversation. I love it. I love all the conversation. This is great. I like this. Hey, Justin, if the Earth's magnetic field isn't strong enough to feed ghosts, I'm bumping. No, I don't know. Like, yeah, that's a good one, Dave. Like, how do you know? How do we know? How do we know what? I mean, we're dealing with a hypothetical entity that hypothetically feeds on some kind of energy, depending on what it is, that lets them do stuff. It's almost like a video game. It really, like, you got to get power-ups so you can do stuff. All right. Robert's got a question. Since we know as skeptics that there is no proof of life after our deaths, do you believe that after we die that we acknowledge that our life is not really important and we just move on to a different place, and that why no one has reached back out to us? I don't know what happens. And I this question has come up a couple times, or quite a few times, about life after death and what I think happens. I have no clue what happens. The only thing I can tell you is that From what I've read, from what I see, and I'm by no means the expert opinion on this, but we cease to exist. That's what happens. Like when we die, we cease to be what we are, and that's it. That's as far as I can go. Um, I think, as far as I know, all the data that we have about what happens after we die, like the seeing our life flash between, or I was going to say between, flash before our eyes, the white light, the seeing loved ones, this and that. I I don't know if that's true because these are anecdotal, and unfortunately, like we don't know. There's a chemical process that happens in the brain when you die, so we can't distinguish between if that's just a result of the chemical changes that's going on, or if people are actually experiencing this. We don't know that, and I don't think we can know that. So I don't know. I don't know what happens when we die. I'm just honestly, I'm just looking forward to a big nap. Um, but I'm not looking forward to it enough to get there anytime quick. I want to take my time. I want to have another. I mean, I'm betting on like another 60 years. I'm hoping that's what I'm shooting for. I'm looking like 60, maybe. Um, I think the last time I set this goal, it was like 120. I want to reach age 120 because I got a lot to do and a lot to see, and 20, 30, 40 years is just isn't going to cut it. So I don't know about the rest of your statement here or question. I mean, that's honestly, it goes back to just about everything else that has to do with the paranormal. It's a belief system, and people have their own beliefs about what happens. Uh, is it true or not? Don't know. Have to wait till I get there. All right. Let me see what else. Joe Parati. Hey, Joe Parati's. He's here. Cool. I have to get out to your shop. Maybe I'll get out there this weekend. I might stop by because I'll be running around, and the wife is not here, obviously, because she's not over there. You don't hear her. She's just gone. But yeah, I have stuff to do that'll take me out, and I might stop by the shop and say hi, if that's okay. John Guy, what's up, buddy? What's up? Anyone have a Facebook link? Oh, let me see here. Facebook link, I guess, to get here. It goes on the I Am Kenny Biddle page, and I can. Oh, wait. Here we go. Is this gonna work? Oh, this works. So I can put the link. I know I'm probably way behind. I'm only about 10 minutes behind. That's not bad. Somebody probably already put the link in the chat room. All right. So let me see. Let's see. Dave's getting into a discussion here. On survival and phenomena outside of ghosts and hauntings, reincarnation, end of life experiences, cross correspondences for crisis apparitions. That's a big topic. We could really get into some of that. We should get into some of that on the 3TS. Bring that back up. Survival, parapsychological point of view. Found on outside of ghosts and hauntings. View on survival. I mean, it's weird. I think we've talked about this, Dave, and I don't know if this is. Oh, this is not to me, but I don't know. I know we've talked about this and we've gone back and forth, and it's just. I think some of it's not. I think the end answer is that we still don't know what it is. Like you're getting some of these. What am I trying to say here? Some of these topics, when the experiments or the papers come out, there's statistical information, but I don't know if you've actually or anyone's actually gotten legitimate proof. It's usually on that standard of I'm going to screw this up, statistical significance, which is something I want to talk to you about anyway later, because I don't know who establishes the threshold of significance. I'd like to understand that better because I don't understand stats at all. So I'm not going to touch it. I'm going to move on. I probably said too much already, and he's going to jump on me for it. All right. Let's see. I'm going down. I'm looking for questions. Up. Here we go. What is fate? Oh, I already answered that. Put that in there. Let's see. Daniel says, actually, 5 followers. Oh, I don't read stuff. That was Jim. Justin, no. Great. I'm going down, just looking. Oh, here we go. How can a compromised brain with little to no oxygen have vivid perceptual experiences that are coherent? And what about veridical? I have to look that up because I forget what that is. Veridical. I'm probably saying it wrong too. Veridical. Veridical. Oh, I'm saying it right. That's spelled out phonetic. Okay. Not illusionary, genuine. So how do we know that they're not illusionary and genuine? I mean, that if that's what that word means in this context, then I don't understand. I mean, that's kind of a general statement there. I don't know what we mean by that. All psychotherapies, or I'm just reading off the first thing that came up in Google from Merriam-Webster. It says all psychotherapies are based on the fact that memory is not veridical, that unconscious desires and fantasies exert some force on us all. That's like an example. So, I mean, I don't, how can a compromised brain with little to no oxygen have vivid perceptual experiences? I don't know. I'm not a neurosurgeon. I don't know. I don't have the background for this. I would love if somebody did. That would be great. But I don't know. I don't know. I mean, can you, when at the moment of death or close to dying? Maybe we do. Maybe we do. I mean, how many times have people have? I mean, honestly, it's weird. It's when you think about it and think about people that are suffering from like Alzheimer's and stuff like that. When their brain is deteriorating, sometimes they don't remember a lot of things or who they are or who their family is. But other times they talk to other people that have been long dead. Do we know if they're talking to ghosts or are they just talking to hallucinations? I don't know. So I'm sorry, Dave. I don't have an answer to this question. This is above my pay grade a little bit, but I'm going to write this down and maybe we can explore this a little bit later. Compromised brain with little to no oxygen. No oxygen. Have vivid. And are they vivid? I mean, we don't know if they're actually vivid or not. I mean, I don't know because I don't know if I've never had a dream because vivid to me means like very clear. Is that right? Is that right? Let me see. I know I'm spending a lot of time on this, but you got me thinking. Vivid. Producing powerful feelings or strong, clear images in the mind. So, I mean, I don't think I've ever had a vivid dream. Something that I could call a vivid dream because they're everything that I can remember. They're pretty much foggy and or distorted or not clear. They're I want to be an ass and say they're dreamlike, but I don't know if that's a good descriptor of that. So I don't know. Well, we should talk about this more. I think. All right. Let me see. Oh God, I hate when it jumps across. Like I'm trying to go down really slow, but it jumps the questions. I'm looking. That's your question. So I'm not that bad. Oh, here we go. Why do ghost hunters continue to believe walking around with a single axis EMF meter for 5 minutes continue to consider that as a proper baseline? Well, Dave, I can say that there is, lucky for you, there is a paper that was just released, and it's by 3 guys that have delved into this. And one guy in particular, he's the lead author. He really did a lot of the writing, and then the other 2 helped a little bit. But it's really, really good. Let me see. I can get that for you. I'm going to get that for you real quick here because it's an interesting paper. It was just recently published, and it's about EMF meters and EMF, and it's really, really interesting. So let me see where it is. There it is. It's the Journal of Scientific Exploration. I'm losing my voice. Let me put that link. I am losing my voice. I can feel it like starting to go. I don't know if I'm allergic to something or what. That's kind of what it feels like when you get allergies and you start losing your voice. Or maybe I need to drink more. I mean, that's always a possibility. All right. So why do ghost hunters? You know why? You know why? I think because it's tribal knowledge. This is tribal knowledge. We've seen this. Like, I remember doing this before the TV shows were on, the ghost hunting TV shows. I remember seeing this. That's what I was told. We were using the Dr. Gauze meter, the black case. I think the black case was what the one I had, and then I later acquired a gray case. I don't know. I don't think there's a difference except color. But we'd go around and just we weren't even doing base readings in the beginning. It was just going through and holding it, and you had to hold. No, you click the button, because if you held the button in for the Dr. Gauss, it stayed on like a 0 to 1 scale. And there's been plenty of times I've caught people holding the button in, so it sounds like, oh, look, we're getting a 6 or 7 milligauss. And it's like, let go of the button, jackass. Oh, look at that, nothing. But yeah, we used to go around and just walk around and wait for it to go off, and say, oh, look, there might be a ghost here. But I don't think the majority understand that they are single axis meters. I don't think there's that base knowledge or tribal knowledge or just understanding that it only reads in one axis at a time. And I think every time I bring that up, and I don't know about you, but every time I bring that up, I get the weird look. Like, what do you mean? What's single? Or because I'm always asking, like, is that a single axis or tri-axis? And they're like, what do you mean? And that blows my mind first, because I'm like, oh, what? You don't know, you don't understand the equipment that you're using. Okay. And then I explain it to them, and they're like, oh, well, we don't feel the need. Or most of them are like, I didn't know that. And they're honest about it. But I think that's the deal, because they've been doing it for so long. They've seen it on TV. They see the power celebs walk around doing the same thing. The same thing. I mean, how many ghost hunting shows do we see people holding up the meters, just walking around like this? And they never rotate it at all, much less have a data logger onto it. I mean, some people do have a data logger on it, but you never see them twist it around. I mean, even the what is that? The meter I have up here. Hold on. This one, the EDI. I think I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong, Dave, but this is a single axis, I believe, meter. So even if you put this down and it records the readings, which it does, it data logs the readings for so much time. It's only getting one axis, so it's not a really good meter, as far as I know. So I hope that answered your question. Much better than the first question you asked, which I totally bombed on. Totally bombed. All right. Next question. Hey, Steve. I can't believe this is great. I love that you guys are all hanging out with me on a Friday night. This is nice. Even though I'm basically talking to myself. All right. What about those who died on a table watching themselves being revived? Thoughts? There's a good number of people that report this. I've heard about the reports. I've heard about some of the stories. I haven't read every case. That's my disclaimer. I have not read every case. Some of the cases, most of the cases that I've read are either secondhand stories that were not by the patient, or the person in the room. It's from the author telling me, which they may or may not have interviewed the patient and or doctor, but I didn't know that. The second is that it's usually a story that's told and or written. When I read it, I'm like, well, there's what about this? What about that? I have a lot of questions that pop up. Did they talk about it beforehand? And that's the big thing. Like, it's how do I say this without pissing off people like Dave? I love you, Dave. Um, but basically, like, if there's an experiment that's going to take place, it's got to be properly controlled, properly documented the entire time. And I don't see that all the time with these kind of experiments. It's more like, oh, we just put something up there at random, and we'll see what happens. We'll see if the patient, if in case somebody dies on the table and they float around, and see it, then they can tell about it. We don't know if it was spoken about beforehand. We don't know if they've heard about it from other patients, because I mean, how do you? Here's something that I pick out. Like, say you have that experiment going, and somebody does die on the table, and then come back, and they make a full recovery. And the staff talks to them and says, oh, you know what? We have this thing, we were wondering if you saw anything on top of the cabinets. And I want to know how that conversation goes, because is it revealed what's up there? Is it revealed that there is something up there? How much information is given in these conversations? I don't know. So I'm only speculating here. So I don't know what's being told, if anything. And if that's the case, that patient might go home, tell their family, and family tells other people. It becomes one of these stories like, oh, you know what? I near death or dying on the table. Yeah, that happened to my husband. That happened to my aunt, my father, so and so. And they tell the story. It becomes part of the story that's being told, and other people hear about it. So again, this is speculation, this hypothetical situation. What if somebody that heard that story goes in and unfortunately dies on the table, but then comes back, and they didn't really see anything, but who knows what happens when you're dead to yourself? Um, Maybe that thought comes into their head, like, oh, I died. I saw this like ace of spades that's on the top of the cabinet, but they had that knowledge. I don't know. This is pure speculation. And I don't want to say that's the case. I don't know. There's so many unknowns with this. So right now, to me, it's stories. I would love to delve into that more if I had time. Maybe one day I'll have time and I'll be able to go into it. I would love to be part of that experiment. Uh, that would be great. I mean, so anybody that operates on me, that's watching, in the future when I need like a transplant or a blockage, because I grew up in Philly and I lived on cheesesteaks. I need an artery unclogged. Let me know. Let me know if I die. And we'll go from there. We'll see if I find anything on top. If Dave has anything to do with it, I'm going to see the word skeptic written on top of one of the cabinets. Oh man. All right. So let me see. Let me see if I can go through, find some more questions. What time is it? Oh, we still got time before the break. Oh, I love the conversations that are going on. I think it's really good. It's in the rules, Dave. I don't know everything. I don't. I really don't. Huh. Vivid is a thing and seems to possibly be a differentiator. Well, we'll go. Maybe that should be a future topic. Maybe we'll do we could do one-off 3TS shows. Like just throw one in there when we're kind of bored and we have a topic and we want to do it like now. Maybe we can do something like that. All right, that's the link I put in there. Question. Let's see. I want to complain about people who get very excited about doing paranormal investigation until they realize it's actually hard work to do it right. Oh, okay. Let me do this again. Wait, that's not the button. That's the button. Click. Yeah. There's a big difference between paranormal investigation as we see it and paranormal investigation as somebody that's like a weekend warrior sees it. There are your hobbyists, enthusiasts, there are paranormalists, Dave. that go out there and they do it for a good time. They do it for a thrill, and it's a it's a chance to get together with their friends and hang out, go to a spooky place that's maybe well known or has been on a TV show or something like that. So that kind of investigation is not an investigation, as far as I'm concerned. I've seen it. I've said it dozens of times. I don't consider the normal ghost hunting thing an investigation. I consider it at best a stakeout, and because people go there, they're waiting for something to happen. Even when they put out their gadgets, they're overpriced, useless gadgets that they put out that light up and make noise. They are waiting for something to happen. They're not actively investigating something. They're not investigating the mystery to find clues, to figure out what may really have happened. They're waiting for an anomaly. And I think, Ben, you've actually brought it up that most of them are anomaly hunting. They're looking for anomalies so that it can be presented as, hey, we got something weird. We can't explain it. And therefore haunt it, or ghosts or UFO or Bigfoot, something like that. So on the other spectrum, and the other end of that spectrum, that's what I meant to say. There are a few people that are realizing it. Like, there's this great group of girls, women, I'm sorry, great group of women that I hang out with. And I wish I could hang out a little bit more with them, because they're just so much fun to get together. And they have started to realize, like, how much work really goes into it, how much information goes behind a lot of the equipment that is being used on ghost hunting shows, that paracelebs use and swear by as gadgets that detect or communicate with ghosts. Like that piece of shit DR60. I can't wait till that video comes out. I'm gonna get so much hate mail. But the type of investigation that we do takes a long time. I mean, the DR60 thing is a good example, because I was filming off and on, researching, testing for. I had it almost a week, and that was just with the device, and that was constant, like, because I knew I had a limited time with the device, so I wanted to do as much as possible with it, and it was almost 24/7. I barely slept. Well, I barely sleep anyway, but I was recording and testing and doing different kind of tests, different settings, different distances away, handheld, not handheld, put down, all this stuff. And then, even without the device, it was a couple weeks worth of going through manuals, searching for manuals, service repair manuals, looking at the parts, trying to figure out what each part does, how it records, the software that was used. I mean, that's just one little device. And it was so mind-bogglingly long that I can't believe I spent that much time on it. But actually, I can. I mean, we're talking probably a month and a half, easy, just on that. And that's just for one device. I mean, when you're doing like a location that has a mystery, sometimes it takes weeks to do it because of the research. You have to look through documents. You have to find out if, like, the tragic event that everyone blames for the haunting actually happened, and sometimes it hasn't. Like some of the things at Fort Mifflin in Philadelphia, I found out didn't happen the way that they said it had, or where the story says it did. It just didn't happen. So yeah, there's a big difference between a ghost hunt and an investigation. I won't even call it a paranormal investigation, because it's just an investigation. We're investigating a mystery, and it just takes a long time to do. All right, that was good. That got me on a ramp. Hey, Bob. Bob's here. That's awesome. Bob got here like 10 minutes ago. All right. Kat Ward. What's up, Kat? How you doing? Good to see you. Hi from Oz, Kenny. Been a while. Day off, so I thought I'd drop by. Got a complaint. You still haven't visited here for some of my homemade meatloaf. I love meatloaf. While you're here, we have a big old house called Monte Cristo. You'd maybe like. Plenty of hype around it over the years. I think you'd have a blast. I would love to. I'm trying to get out there. I know I'll be somewhat in the area, but not really close. Um, I'm planning a trip. I don't know if I said anything last week about it, but I am planning a trip to visit some of our affiliate groups in Portland, Oregon, and Seattle, Washington. Um, I think that's it for now. I don't know if we're going to add on something. I wanted to try to do something closer to like Susan's area, Susan Gerbic, but I don't think that's happening because we don't have a group there that's ready. But we'll try to get out there. We'll be out for SciCon, so we'll be in the California area. But I think you're in a different area than what we usually go to because we drive out to LA to see our other friend Melanie out there and to see some of the other places. I still got a bunch of places. I haven't been to the Die Hard building, the Nakatomi building yet, and damn it, I'm going to get there. But yeah, if I can get out there soon, I would love to. Because I love meatloaf, like good meatloaf, mashed potatoes. That's like comfort food. That and a nice like rum and coke afterwards, or rum and tea actually, and then I'm done. Forget it. Game over. All right. Let's see. Moving on. I love everybody. Somebody pops in. Everybody says hello. That's you guys are so nice. You guys are so nice. Hey, Tim's in the house. Tim's in the house. Howdy, Mr. Vickers. All right, I'm going down the line here. I don't see any other questions or complaints or comments that I can talk about. Maybe I'll do my pee break now because I'm only a couple minutes ahead of schedule here. I'm going down. I'm still going down. Oh, what's this? I tried to watch the newest Ghost Hunters episode last night and I fell asleep. Oh. Remember the DR60 has many different settings and adjustments. Actually, it doesn't. I would disagree with that. It's got 5 microphone settings, and that's about it. There's really not much else. You hit the mode button, and it goes from that to you can change the date. It's not the later models, like the QR80 that came out the year afterwards. There's not a lot of settings on it at all. So I'm not sure what you're referring to. But because I went through it all, I tried every setting that I could change, and there is nothing else besides the microphone level. The later models, the next models here, they have different. I can change the mic sensitivity. I can change the quality of the recording itself. Remember the like the old LP, SP, and something. What else is there? Let's see. Mode high. Wait. Oh, high. I'm high. Oh, slow and fast recording. You can change the beep. Recording. Voice recording. Play off. Year. Stuff like that. Yeah, but there's not for the DR60 though. Let's keep going. Just realizing there is no Divine One tonight. No, wow, the Divine One is visiting family. She's off. I almost did not do a show tonight. I almost did not because I what I do? Oh, it was so nice out today. It was so nice out today. And you know what? I showed up for work. I got in here. Eric, behind the wall, Eric from last week, he was here. Tim Binga, our librarian, was here. And then, like, that was it. One of our other coworkers, Ro, came in. She's like, everyone else is gone. I'm like, everybody else took off today. So we put a couple hours in. But I usually put in, like, 75 hours a week because I'm always working because I love my job. So I decided to skip out for a while. And I went to some estate sales and then came back to work. And I did some work. And then I went home and then I came back here for the show. So, but yeah, there you go. All right. Let's see. Oh, this is a good one. Please remember, newcomers, if you can put a Q in front of your question or comment, if it's for me. I realize that some of these are not for me. I'm just kind of picking them out. DR60 same as Connect. No, it's not. DR60 is a Panasonic, an old Panasonic digital audio recorder similar to this. This is the year later, but it came out in 1998. The Connect is for the Xbox. It's the gaming system. So 2 different devices there. Neither of them work with ghosts. I can say with confidence, I'm 99% sure they do not detect and or record ghosts, because the recordings that we see and hear, depending on which one we're talking about over here, have logical and repeatable conditions that create them, so we can replicate them constantly. Let's see, visiting family. Yeah, Shauna. I love the ones who hang at the graveyards and think they are going to find a ghost. Yeah, like that's weird. Like, and I'm ashamed because I did it. I totally did it. I hung out at cemeteries. I was doing ghost hunts at cemeteries. I would go, like, wait for some creepy person to be walking through the woods or walking through the cemetery and think, oh my gosh, that's a ghost, and realize it was just, somebody in the neighborhood going for a walk. Especially when they had their dog and they started barking at me like crazy. Yeah, but like that's not where you died. Well, most of us don't die in this cemetery, but that's kind of just where you're dead somewhere else, and then that's just where the rest of you goes. So I guess it's just creepy, Like I think that's the Hollywood version. We're used to the creepy Hollywood movies where it's dark and the fog is rolling in, and zombies. And then plus I'm sure it comes from more ancient times where like mass graves and stuff like that, when people were buried for disease and stuff like that, and you don't want to go near it. So I get it. It's weird, but hey, Tim Hart, meatloaf, mashed potatoes, excellent. Oh yeah, that's my jam right there. That's my meatloaf. I'm gonna have so many arteries blocked when I die. Hello, Kenny. Hey, B. I'm glad I found your channel a while back. You have wonderful discussions and information on here. Oh, thank you so much. I love that. That's so nice of you to say. I appreciate that. I try. I really try. Sometimes, like, I'm flying by the seat of my pants tonight because I'm here by myself in this big ass building, and I'm trying to keep it going. And you guys are helping awesomely. I wish I could follow along with some of the conversations and discussions going on. But this is good. I like some of the questions. I'm having fun with the discussions. I'm trying to pick out everything and get to everyone. Happy Friday, Robert. I'm in Kentucky at Beat the Creek. It was pretty boring, Kenny. Oh, bummer. All right. So I think I'm going to take the pee break. Oh, wait, I'm going to save this question, B, for after the break. Complaint. Oh, Tim Vickers got a complaint. This is good. I like this. All right, so I'm going to go to break, and then we'll come back in about 4 minutes. I'm trying to start all these. You know what? I thought about asking Tim Vickers to help me, and I was like, nah, I don't want to bother him. He might have something to do or just want to relax. And I regret it now because I was like, oh, there's so much that I want to get to and I don't want to miss. All right. So with that, I'm going to hit the video for the break, and I will see you back here in 4 minutes from now. Mm. Oh, yeah, that's good. That's good. All right, we are back and we're going to have some more questions. I think we have a few more here. We have 4 more questions so far. So I did put the link in the chat room. So if you guys want to pop in, if you have a microphone, if you have a camera, you are welcome to pop in for a few minutes and discuss your question and our topic, or maybe clarify something a little bit. But let's see. We got Daniel Reed, who's got a nice profile picture with the cool hat. I love it. Did the dude, did the dude ever provide you with any EVPs without his impression of what? So the dude that you were speaking of, he's in the chat room. That was Joe Para Oddities. That he's actually in the comment above you. So that's him, and I haven't gotten any yet. So I'm still open to that. I'm hoping that maybe he can either I'll stop by his shop this weekend, or I did offer on that thread that he's more than welcome to come visit here. We can come into the office. We can sit down here. We can have a discussion. We can talk about it a little bit more. I would love to have a discussion about it and hear some of these, because and the thing is, like, I don't want it to seem like I was badgering him or coming down on him, but the gentleman did say he had clear EVPs from the DR60, which I I don't know how you could, even if you spoke into it. I mean, even my voice didn't come up clear in there. I mean, you can hear it, me, but it's a bad audio quality. And I don't want to give any spoilers about why yet, because I want the video to come out and I want you guys to see it and take it in and then complain about what I did. But I want to get into it more, but I would love to have a discussion. And that's what this is about. Like, I mean, not that the show is just about that, but part of this show, part of what I do is having conversations like this. Like, if you say you have something, I want to talk about it. I want to hear it. I want to see it. You know, let's investigate this. Let's check it out. And that's it. So I'm hoping. Why? How did I say that? Hoping that we can arrange a meeting soon, and then hang out, and maybe I can listen to them and go from there. So we'll see. But good question. Let's see. Now, what else we got here? Tim Thicker's complaint. One of the many pet peeves is anything called the most haunted. Oh, okay. One of your pet peeves is anything that's called most haunted X. I agree. And actually, I have an article that's coming out soon that doesn't address that particularly, but has that included in it. But yeah, I get upset, bothered, annoyed, even, if you will, when I hear like this is the most haunted in the state, or it's usually one of, because they usually don't actually. I don't think I've come across one that's definitively said it was the most haunted, like in X, the city, state, town, whatever. Maybe in like the town, I might have come across that, but like in the state or in the East Coast, or West Coast, in America, in the world, the country, whatever. I mean, and it's funny because I think you, Tim, me, Dave, and then a bunch of other. I think I can speak for the three of us because we've talked about this before. It's like, what the fuck are you basing that on? Like, where is this information coming from? What data led you to believe or to conclude that you had one of the most haunted or the most haunted in this area? Like, what is it? Is it based on story? I think we did a show on that. Didn't we do a show? I don't know. But like, is it based on the amount of stories, how many people you've had there, how many events you've scheduled with ghost hunters, how many TV shows you've been on? Like, what's the criteria? How are we basing this? And it's usually just, oh, there's so many experiences. We have ghosts everywhere. We what? Let's nail this down. Let's try to figure out. I mean, I don't think you could. I don't think you can figure out who the most haunted or what the most haunted place is in an area. I don't think you can, because it's right now it's all hearsay. It's anecdotal. It's anecdotal coming from unreliable sources. And take that how you will, but amateur ghost hunters, which most of them are unreliable when it comes to any kind of scientific method. And that's not being mean, that's just being truthful, as far as I'm concerned. So, yeah, I'm right with there, Tim. Right with you, Tim. All right, moving on. Oh, B's got a question. All in caps, so she's yelling it. Question, Kenny, if something can be recreated, in your opinion, does it still have a chance to be called paranormal? Thank you. Good question. Good question. So it's one of them things where if I can recreate a picture or a video, because I do this a lot. Like my TikTok channel, I recreate. That's all I do is basically recreate alleged paranormal videos. I show you how I do it, and that's the thing. Like with that, and even recreating pictures, sometimes I can tell you exactly how it's done because there's only a certain amount of techniques that are available to do what you see in the picture. So I can list a bunch of them. When it comes to videos, there are a lot more. There's a lot more techniques, I think, with editing techniques. So sometimes I can't tell you exactly how they did it, but I can tell you how I recreated it. And that does not mean it's 100% solved. It really doesn't. Although I do, until new information comes to light or is presented to say otherwise, I usually do consider those cases, solved. As in, like I not just solved it, but I figured out a way to do it. And unless we have new information that shows that it couldn't be created in the way that I showed or demonstrated, then wait, I got confused by my own wording. If you bring more information that says, hey, your method that I used to recreate it couldn't possibly work here, then it goes back in the realm of a mystery. Okay, I don't know. How do we do it? And with that, I mean, a lot of videos that are out there, I still don't know how to do. And that's on my part because I don't have the skill yet. I always recommend Captain Disillusion. If you haven't seen Captain Disillusion, holy crap, go see his page. Go see his YouTube channel. He's amazing. I love the guy. I wish he would come on this show. If you're watching, please come on because I would love to pick your brain. But yeah, if it can be recreated, there's a good chance that it's a logical explanation because we demonstrated, yes, this can be done. And we're also, I want to clarify too that we are also kind of talking in generalities. We're talking in general here. Not because we don't know if we're talking about pictures or videos or experiences or what have you. But if it can be recreated, especially relatively easily, and at the scene of the crime with the same equipment, then or similar equipment, because sometimes you don't need the exact equipment. Sometimes you need just something that is what's the word? What's the word I'm looking for? Not it's something similar, equivalent, something that's equivalent to what was used. As long as you can do it that way, you're demonstrating, hey, it can be recreated. So we're good, unless you have new information. But is it 100%? Not always. I mean, sometimes, yeah, especially when you catch somebody in a hoax, then it's 100%. But no, I always try to keep it at like that 99. Because unless I know exactly what they did and how it went down, then I don't know exactly how it went down. But, if the data leads that way, if I have enough evidence that says, hey, it's most likely this way, then that's my conclusion until new information comes up. That was a long-winded answer. I'm sorry if I bored you, but I hope I answered your question relatively good. All right, so that's that. Let me see. I think there was one more that I had before the break. Jay, what's up, Jay? What annoys me is that some ghost walking tours create personalities on historical figures that are supposedly still among us, restless, but why do they assume that they are psychologically unstable after death and wandering aimlessly? Aimlessly. What annoys me is that some ghost walking tours create personalities uh, of historical figures. All right, I get it. Of historical figures that are still among us. You know what? We come across this a lot where it's speaking for a ghost, like somebody that died 50 years ago, or 100 years ago. Let's go with 100. If there's somebody that died 100 years ago and you're telling the story of why that person who died is now allegedly the ghost, and you give your impression of what you think they would say and or do or react or think, yeah, that kills me, because you are literally fabricating a personality. You are creating it out of whole cloth. You're not basing it off of knowing the person. We don't know their personality. We can gain an idea about someone's personality and train of thought through writings, if they have any. But if there's nothing available, if they didn't write any books or articles, if they didn't make any kind of content 100 years ago, I mean, how much content could you make? And there's just nothing to go on except for maybe like an obituary, if there's one, or maybe a write up in the paper or something like that. There's not much to go on. So making up a personality is it that kills it for me. Like if I'm on a ghost tour, because I still take ghost tours, I still enjoy going on a ghost tour because I like to learn the history about buildings, and maybe something comes up where it's like they give me the history and the history is the cause of the haunting. I love to research that kind of stuff, so I record it and research it later. But yeah, when they start making up dialogue, when they start telling you exactly what was said by like the husband that murdered the wife, and they tell you what they said to each other 100 years ago, where the only two people in the room was the murderer and the victim, that loses me. You totally lost me on that. And I see that a lot. I see that a lot with ghost story books where they make up dialogue and what they hope or think that was said. It just kills it. It kills it for me. I don't like it, and I think it's. I mean, it's obviously for entertainment. They're trying to get that suspense built up. They're trying to cause tension or drama. So I understand why they're doing it. I just don't think it's honest. Um, so yeah, I hope that answered your question. I hope so. All right. Let me keep going. Oh, Karen's here. Hey, what's up? Haven't seen you in a while. Good to see you. All right, moving on. Oh, I see this. Oh, wait, here's a question. Have you heard about the Nephilim incident? Afghanistan report by the U.S. military. Also, the discovery of supposed Nephilim bones in Wisconsin. What are your thoughts? I believe these are the giants of the Bible. I haven't seen any. I think I saw like statues, but I did not see any kind of um, actual bones. I didn't see any of that. I might have missed it. I didn't see anything in the news. Nothing popped up in my feed about it. So I don't know. Let me make sure. Why is this not typing? I hate when it doesn't do what I want it to. Nephilim meaning, I believe, yeah, Nephilim are mysterious beings or people in the Hebrew Bible who are described as being large and strong, like me. uh, loosely translated as giants. So yeah, I mean, they might be just. I don't know who they are. I don't study uh, uh, biblical history, so I don't know too much about them. I know that they were supposed to be giants, and they were mentioned in the Bible, but I don't know if this was just a race of tall people, just like a tribe or something that was unusually tall, maybe like 6.5, 7 foot. And shit, 7 foot tall person is giant to me. So I don't know, and I don't know about this. I'm gonna look it up. Let me see. Nephilim in Afghanistan. I mean, I've seen pictures before. I don't know if these are the same ones, but I've seen them like bones in an open grave that were photoshopped images. So I don't know. Again, I don't know if this is it. So I have it written down. I will try to get back to you on that. Let's see. My name is I'm not dude. My name is Joe. That's it. My name is Joe, bitch. All right, Jay. How is the book coming along? Damn it. Rafford put you up to that. Actually, it is a complaint because I want to read it. It's coming along. I am working on it once in a while. I thought I don't know if I explained this. Whew, that was a strong sip. When I started working here, I thought I'd have so much time to do everything, but it seems like I don't because there are so many projects that I do here that I work on a little bit at a time. That by the time I get home now, I'm like, I just want to watch TV or play video games, but I really got to kick my ass into gear. The book is, I mean, it's like I would say it's like 70% done. I just have to do a lot of editing and I have to include a lot more because the original version, so it's about photography anomalies, and the original version I put out in, oh my God, like 2007, I think. And that was yeah, it was a small booklet. But there's so much more. And I learned a lot more about writing since then. So I'm going back and trying to read everything and edit everything and put in references when I need it. Because even though I don't really have to put references because it's not an academic paper or like a journal article, I want to anyway because that's just my style of writing now. That's how I write. That's how I like being able to back it up. So I'm trying. So the short answer is no, it's not done, and I'm still working on it, and I still get badgered every time I talk to Rafford. That bitch. But I'm trying. I really got to get that done. Book. I'm writing down. I'm adding it to my other to-do list here. Get yo mother effing book done. All right, there we go. It's on the list. It's it's last on the list, but it's on the list. All right. So what do we got here? Let me take that off. I would love to sit down, you and discuss the DR60. Awesome. That sounds great. Let me know. Send me a message when you can, because I next week. What am I doing next week? If you're not busy next week, because I want to jump on it soon. Because I mean, the video is coming out, so if you want to wait until the video comes out and go from there, let me look at my schedule here. Oh my God, I got a lot of things here. Okay, so next week is pretty clear. I know I'm going to have, I have one meeting probably Wednesday or Thursday, but if you reach out, let me know the time and we can arrange it. Like I said, you can come here. We can just chat in my office and go from there. But I'm glad you're up for it too. I really am, because that's nice. It's nice that we can have a discussion or talk about having a discussion. And I think we need more of that. If you can disagree, that's cool. And I'm not saying you as in particularly you, Joe, but I mean you as in general. People can disagree, but still talk about things. They can still have a discussion. They don't necessarily have to leave in agreement with each other, and that usually never happens. Once in a while it does, and it would be nice if we could agree. But I mean, it gives us a chance for you to demonstrate your side, and for me to demonstrate my side, and we can get together and we can decide whether we like the sides or not, and go from there. So looking forward to it. I really am. All right, Doctor Who, huh? Let's see. Kenny, most haunted wrecks there. Finding Bigfoot. Oh my God. Least haunted and not finding Bigfoot. They should be the new names of the shows. Oh, most active, most ghosts per square foot. How far behind am I? 930. I'm not too bad. Yeah, I'm getting bad. Hey, Danger Close, what's up? Complain house. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I haven't heard anything from them. The last thing I heard from it wasn't actually from them. It was from somebody else that runs the like the ghost hunting day or something like that, and they were they were complaining that I gave them so much trouble and I that I complained about the Hell House and this and that. And I mean, in all honestly, I didn't complain about the Hell House specifically. I complained about the conditions that you, Danger, and Taryn were complaining about, or bringing to our attention. We were talking. We had a nice discussion, and that was it. So this that lady just went off on me. But she was completely wrong in everything that she said, and I think she realized that and was embarrassed because she deleted her entire post, deleting the thread because I think she realized like, oh shit, um, nothing happened the way I'm saying it. All right, so let's see, what's this? B says, Redman, until the hoaxing scandals, I enjoyed Ghost Hunters, but not anymore. Now I prefer Squatch and Alien. The Grant hoaxes. Jim Kloss, what's up, Dr. Jim? Am I going to see you in Gettysburg, Dr. Jim? I hope so. Haunted Hill House in Mineral Springs, Texas, keeps a log of people scratched. They use this as a marketing approach. No surprise, these typically happen in the scratcher room. Are you serious? They got a scratcher room. Oh, that's funny. Don't go in the scratch room. We're not priming you or nothing, but that's the scratcher room. If you get scratched at all, that's the room it's going to happen. Oh my God. That's funny. I'm going to laugh a lot about that tonight. I know I'm going to be up and I'm going to be dozing off at like 2 a.m. and I'm going to like scratcher room. That's funny. All right. Let's see. Hi, Tim. Nice. Okay. My apologies. Good sir. I see people were nice. Look at this. My apologies. Terrible memory. Oh, that's so nice. You're doing good, Daniel. Let's see. Going down, looking. Yes, Captain Disillusion. Yes, I love Captain Disillusion. I've been watching him for years, and it's just amazing. Hey, Taryn. But Captain Disillusion, I mean, he has it's funny, like when he started doing videos, because he has this persona where he has the silver paint and he has his like yellow kind of jumpsuit kind of thing. When he's in that character, he is a sarcastic little bitch, but funny, really funny, and he works it really really well. And then when you see him outside of it, because he's done some lectures where he's not in character, um, he's a really nice guy, really nice guy, and I think he's one of them. He's almost like he reminds me of a ventriloquist, like Jeff Dunham, like he's really nice guy, but then all the things that people want to say, he won't say himself. He says it through his character, and like Jeff Dunham says through his puppets. So yeah, I mean, he's a really good guy. He's good with the technical side. He's good at not only good at the technical side, but he is good at explaining it in a simple manner that doesn't lose me, and I mean, I need that. I really need that because if it's too techy, I just get lost. But he does a really, really good job, and I love watching his videos. He just got actually, I saw a new one just released. Um, like this past week, he put one out, which is good because I don't see too much from him in recent times. So it's nice to see. Hopefully, he's getting back into it on a regular schedule. Taryn, I love and miss you too. I will tell Donna. Maybe she's watching the show. I don't know if she is or not. She's probably hanging out with her dad and her brother. Let's see. Hey, thank you for the answer. Well said, actually. Good. I'm glad. I'm glad that helped out. I love. I mean, I don't always have the answer, but I can tell you at least my opinion if I have one, and I will also let you know like how how much of that opinion is backed up by good research versus speculation. So, all right, we got a question. Cool. I love questions. And we're doing great tonight. I love it. All right, Redman, what's up, buddy? Kenny Tim. Oh, he's got Tim in the house. Have you taken any of the ghost hunting devices into the field now that you both have changed to the dark side? Now that you're skeptics, Tim. Hey, Vickers, do you actually like call yourself a skeptic? I don't know if he does or not. I still do. I don't take stuff into the field. I have a bunch, like the file cabinet. Where is it? Over here. The bottom drawer is filled with different pieces of ghost hunting tech. But I also have a display case out in the seminar room, out in the lobby here, that's filled with all the other ghost hunting gear that I've collected over the years. And have tested. So I don't usually take stuff out of there unless I know like a specific claim was made by a location. Like if you tell me, like I took this out of the case because I wanted to compare it to the DR60, which was the earlier model. So I wanted to have the two next to each other to compare features and sound quality and this and that. So that's going to go back in. This EDI, this is a ghost hunting tool too. I just never got that into the case yet, which thanks to this reminds me that I had to put that out there. So yeah, if there's a specific claim that comes up, like if somebody says, like every time we've been there, we've been in this certain room and the REM pod goes off all the time. So then I'll grab one out of the case and I'll take it with me just to make sure that I have one. And I want to say, all right, like what's going on here? But I'll also take like a two-way radio with me. And then I'll take a Faraday box, which I have over here. I have a really good constructed Faraday box that I built and made sure I tested the crap out of it to make sure that FM and AM signals do not get through it. So I'll take that with me and I'll put the REM pod in there because walkie-talkies can make that go off. And that's pretty much what I'll do. I don't normally take ghost hunting gadgets with me if there's nothing to actually test. At most, I take my camera. I'll take a good camera. I'll take my 360 camera and the power cord because sometimes I forget to charge it up, which sucks. But I'll take that. I'll take an audio recorder with me, a good one. I have a Tasco that I'll take just for notes. If I'm walking about and I'm just making audio notes, I'll do that because it's a dictaphone. And then I have a pad of paper and, a good pad of paper where I can either take notes or make sketches. So that's usually what I take with me. I do have a bag. Do I have it here? No, that's not the right bag. I do have my investigation bag that has a whole bunch of other stuff in it. Spirit levels, which has nothing to do with ghost, and different pieces of equipment that I'll take. And it's just standard, in case I need it. So there you go. Hope that answered your question. Let me keep going here. Oh, we got another one from B. Am I saying that right? Is it B or Bia? I don't know how you pronounce it. I want to make sure. I want to make sure I'm saying it right. I probably asked you this before. Kenny, are you aware of the latest Nephilim Bigfoot connection and Dr. Melba Ketchum new DNA study? It's creating very controversial conversations in the Bigfoot community. So I am aware of Dr. Ketchum and her bullshit that's going on again, because I just did a show. Let me see. I did a show called Squatching. Oh my God. I can't remember what it is. Let's see. Steve Coles is on it. Let me see. He does that show, Squatch Detective. Let me see where it is, because I want to send you the link to this. I'm going to put the link in the chat room. Oh, here it is. Let's see. Oh, there. Is that it? That's it. All right. Save link, copy link address. So I'm going to put a podcast in here in the chat room. There it goes. And so Steve Coles had me and Ben Radford on, and we were talking about this because Ben Radford did a good. He went into Ketchum's previous study, the bullshit study where she couldn't get it published in a real legitimate journal because it was a shit paper. So she went and purchased a a journal of her own, a journal name, and then published it. And it was the only paper published in that journal, just so she could say it was published. I think anything that has to do with Melba Ketchum is just crap. It's lost any. I don't even want to say credibility because I think that even saying it lost credibility is giving it some kind of credibility. It's just lost any interest for me. She's so far out there, and not only that, like in the podcast, if you listen to it, which I encourage you, listen and watch it. You'll see like she was convicted of professional misconduct, convicted, not convicted, but found to be guilty of professional misconduct, um, with her testifying in a trial because there's a lot of details behind it. So please, I don't want to get it wrong because I don't have it in front of me, but listen to the podcast. There's screenshots of all the documents up on screen, so you'll be able to see everything that's associated with that case. But I don't I don't take anything she does seriously. I treat it as a joke. And that's as far as I can say with it. Um, as for the Nephilim Bigfoot connection, if that has anything to do with Ketchum, then it goes in the same thing. But otherwise, I don't know. I spoke briefly about the Nephilim thing a few minutes ago, but I don't know much about what's come up in the news. I have to look at it to see, and we don't have much time to the end of the show, so I put it in my notes. I'm going to look that up because I want to see what people are talking about. So I hope that answered your question a little bit. It probably wasn't. I don't know if that was what you were looking for. I hope it was. But I don't think anyone should pay Dr. Ketchum any attention at all. I think just move on. This isn't. She's not something you need to be paying attention to or giving any attention to. All right. You're writing a book. Yes, I am. I did write a book. It came out a while back, 2007, I think. And I've been trying to re-edit it or update it. That's the word I'm looking for. Update it so that it's more relevant because it has a lot to do with photography, a lot of paranormal photography, but there's so much more since I wrote it. This was even before phone apps, like ghost phone apps were a thing. That's how old this book is. So I'm trying to update it with all the new techniques and stuff that has come out since then, so I can address everything. So hopefully I'm getting there. Let's see. You shut up, Taryn. Kenny is such a Paris lib. I wish I could share pics, but he's doing a parafet. Oh my god. You just wait, girl. You just wait. Let's see. Where has the fourth tortured soul, three tortured soul been lately? Annoying me. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I love you, Taryn. I used to do a real paranormal investigation research. I never used Paratoy. Well, I don't know. Like, I don't think we know each other. Well, I know we've met once, but we don't know each other well. So, I'll just clarify that I have done paranormal investigation. I've investigated paranormal claims. Let's put it that way. I don't do the paranormal investigation. I don't do like the typical ghost hunt because I don't think it's an investigation. I don't use paratoys. But yeah, I do investigate mysteries and I write about them in Skeptical Inquirer magazine. I've been doing so for the last decade. And I usually aim to solve the mystery rather than do the what is that called, fear mongering kind of thing where I perpetuate the belief. So that's what I do, and yeah, I think I addressed that. Okay, let me see. I'm getting to the end here. I'm close to the end. So here's a question. So how many ghosts have they had to And that scratch people itches. That's funny. You're talking about the scratch room. That's funny. All right. Let's see. Question. There's a question. I love when the cue's in front of it because that helps so much. It really lets me pick it out. Are you guys going to take Eric on a hunt or maybe get a video? Yes. So Eric behind the wall, that's who we're talking about here. Eric was on last week and we talked to him. We talked about a lot of stuff with CFI and CSI and stuff, the work we do here. And he is going to come along on a ghost hunt with me. I don't know if it's the one that we were talking about during the show, because there's some things in the background here that it's during the week that I'll be going out, and I'm taking part in this ghost hunt. It's during the week, and it's because of a good friend that's coming in from out of town, and her and her husband are staying with us, and she told me she has to go on a ghost hunt with me, so I'm taking her to this place. But it's during the week, and the next morning, both of us, we have to give presentations to the board. So I have to be somewhat like awake and conscious in order to address the board, so I can give them an update on stuff that I do. So yeah, that should be fun. I'm gonna be like wired on energy drinks, like, oh, what's up? Hi, board members. So yeah, we're gonna do it, either that one that I was talking about, that's in June, or if something comes up beforehand. If anyone that is in the Buffalo area, and you're hosting a ghost hunt or an investigation or whatever, and you would like to have a skeptic or two skeptics with Eric tag along with you, reach out to me. I'm open to it. I'll come. I'll sit in the corner. I'll watch everything. I don't have to. I'm not going to be that person that goes, that's wrong or that's wrong. You're making shit up. I don't really do that unless you're a total dick. But no, I won't do that. I'll sit there, I'll watch, and we can talk about it afterwards. If you want, if you're open to criticism, constructive criticism, or a conversation, we can talk about it afterwards. So let me know. Reach out to me. Send me mail. Send me mail. Like snail mail. That'd be great. Send me mail anyway, because I like getting mail. It's so fun. It's like every morning is like Christmas Eve, Christmas Day. All right. You didn't forget to charge it up. Jeez. Okay. That wasn't for me. All right. Going. Oh, I posted some links. Wow. I posted a lot of links. Kenny, it sounds just like B. All right. B. Just making sure. Kenny, it was a great having you on Squatch D TV, the show Steve Coles and Chris Bennett have each something. Yes, that's the one. All right. Let's see. Operationally defines real investigation. Oh, that's a good one. All right. I agree. Let me get to that first. So for me, I'll answer it. I know it wasn't directed at me, but I'll answer that. To me, it's going in. A real investigation is you have something that needs to be investigated. You have a mystery. So you go in, you talk to the witnesses, you collect clues, you go to the scene of the crime, you collect clues that are relevant to the mystery that you're trying to solve. You do your research, you collect all the physical data, if there is any, which usually there's not. Your data loggers, the data from your data loggers, the data that you collect, the eyewitness testimony, you bring it all and you come up with the best guess conclusion based on the data without making assumptions. That's the Cliff Notes version of it that I would say. But yeah, you definitely make sure that there are claims to be investigated first, and sometimes that means, and I think I touched on it earlier in the show, sometimes that means hey, if there's a story, like a famous story of someone died in the house and they are the ghost, you want to research that story and make sure that they actually did die in the house first. I mean, that's first and foremost. That would be first on my list, because it's like, well, if you go through this whole thing and you do your ghost hunt, or you look around and you wait for something to happen, and you come out and you realize, oh, this person never lived there, they didn't die there, they had nothing to do with the place, then what's going on. You kind of took the sails out, or took the wind out of the sails, there, because your mystery is based on a false story. So that would be my definition, my short definition, and it really depends on the mystery, because there's so many different mysteries. Like, do you have a picture? Do you have a story? Do you have video? Do you have a sound? Is it something random? So many things. Coral, what's up, girl? It's good to see you. I miss you. I miss hanging out. We got to get. I was almost up. Well, I think in your area. Did you go to the Week in Reason conference? I was thinking of going there, and then realized that I just couldn't swing it. So I don't know if that's near you. It was in Calgary. I don't know if that's anywhere near you, because I mean, it's in Canada, and I know Canada is like Canada. I don't know where anything is in Canada, and that's my fault. I should know. So your question is, do you have any hope that Zach Baggins will ever take you up on your challenges if enough people publicly pressured him to do so? I doubt it. I doubt it. There's no reason for him to do it. There's nothing to gain, and honestly, at worst, it just makes him look stupid. It'll make him look foolish, because he would be using the dramatic effect of beliefs and stuff like that against facts and figures and standard practice. So I don't think he would ever come on my show or open himself up to being partnered up with me, or accepting any kind of challenge that I put up. There's nothing for him to win. There's no gain for him. So I don't see him ever doing it. So I will just continue to be a thorn in his side whenever I can, because he's like Lex Luthor and I'm Superman. That's the way I see it. I'm gonna go with that. But yeah, I don't think, even if people pressured him, I mean, he's got too many adoring fans still. He don't care what I say. All right. Scooby-Doo can help with doing a real investigation. Yes, he can. Let's see, YouTube buddy, miss you guys. Wish I could have gone. It's pretty far. Oh, okay, good. All right, we are good. We got like 10 minutes left in the show. I think I answered all the questions and got the topics. I think I got to everybody. I hope I did. If I missed your question, you got like 5 minutes to put it in the chat room now, and I'll try to get to it. But I'm going to go over to my. Oh, wait, I have one more. I have a kind of a complaint that I want to express, and so it happened actually today. And it's. Let me see if I can articulate this complaint the way I want it to. I do not like, and I get annoyed when somebody asks me a question, and I guess I have to give the example too. So today, I was going around to some estate sales, and somehow I forget how it actually started, but the people that own the house asked me, or not own the house, but were working the estate sale. Like, there's a business where you go around and you run estate sales. So the people that were working it asked what I did for a living, and I told them what I did, and they were fascinated. They thought it was great. I was like, oh, awesome. I do too. So what happened was I told them, like, I take part sometimes testing psychics, and one of the people there said, so do you believe in psychics? I said, no, I don't. I just don't believe in psychics. She's like, well, they do exist. They're real. They are real. And so right there, that was cool so far. We were having a discussion. Like, she had her beliefs, I had mine, and I felt like we were going to discuss them. More so, she was going to tell me why she was right. And it was cool. Like, all right, I'll listen. And the story, shut up, JD. The story that she told, because she's like, let me tell you this. This is why. And she told me a story that had nothing to do with why psychics exist. The story that she told me was about her. She was driving, and it was snowing ice around, and she slid on she lost control of the car, on the ice, and she was heading towards a telephone pole. She closed her eyes, and somehow she made it between the pole and some kind of like guardrail and landed on a pile of snow. Didn't get hurt. And she's like, I was going like 35 miles an hour. I should have died, which I'm not so sure about. But she's like, I don't know how. I closed my eyes. There's no way I could have not hit that pole, this and that. And she's like, that tells me that there is something going on. And so, as I see it, those are two different stories. The story does not support in any way, shape, or form that psychics are real. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. What am I right or wrong here? But I stood there like I did the whole like when you're watching a cartoon and they're like blink blink. I was like, what? I don't understand. Why does that mean psychics are real? And she started like, oh well, no, there's something divine, there's something this and that. And then I thought she was starting to go into the religious thing. I was like, well, I mean, that's not telling me why psychics are real. That's a different topic. And then I looked over and one of the other workers is going, just go, man, just go. So I was like, all right, I'll take my leave now and let me go. And can I look upstairs? Like, is there the basement open? Because I was in a estate sale. So I was like, the basement open? Can I go look? Okay, let me go. So and that's it. That was it. But that's my complaint. That's my pet peeve. I can't stand when people tell me like they know for sure something exists. And as an example, as their anecdotal proof, they tell me a story that has nothing to do with the topic. It drives me crazy, and I just want to be like, the fuck. You wasted my time. You really did. There's sometimes I can't. I try to be nice as possible in those situations, but sometimes I just want to be like, shut up. Let me see what some of your comments are with this. Let's see. They are real. Shut up, JD. Maybe she meant angels. I'm guessing, Jade Kitten. I'm guessing that's what she meant. But I mean, it's hard to know because I mean, for me, I have a clear distinction between psychics and angels. I mean, they're completely two different things, and I don't. She didn't actually say angels, but I think. I mean, there was a point there where I almost thought she realized she fucked up because at the end of the story, she you know how people trail off? They're like, yeah, because that's like, you know, like I think she knew she screwed up, and that was it. So I had my out and I left. I didn't want to pursue that any further. So I don't know. I don't think you need a psychic to tell you driving in snow is dangerous. Yeah. Wouldn't kill. I don't think it would. I mean, it especially depends on the car too. I mean, with airbags and stuff like that, you're not gonna you'll get banged up. But yeah. Oh, JD got the book I sent him last week. That's cool. Good. I bet she's conflating telekinesis with pre-connection or mediumship. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what she was doing, but it's just it bugged me. B, yeah, she needed 20,000 for DNA testing. I hope she doesn't get it. I don't know. Like I did look it up during the show. I have to look that up to see where she was. She was nowhere near. Oh wait, no, she was. That was the wrong one. She was over. I think she was over her what she needed. That sucks. That sucks. So much wasted money. Redman, Kenny, would you do Ghost Hunters? Would you do Ghost Hunters show? I would. I would. I would. Jason Hawes is a friend of mine, and I know he has control. He knows we know each other pretty well, and he understands my point of view. So we were actually close to doing an episode or part of an episode together at a location, but the location fell through. But when we talked about it, we had a meeting with him and I guess the producer that he has, and we were talking about it, and I made it clear, like I was like, I want you to understand, like I don't want to be edited. I'm not going to sign an NDA saying that I can't talk about it. Because if you screw it up or if somebody edits me out of context, I'm gonna bitch about it. And he was fine with it. He was like, "Yep, I have control. You can do you." And I was like, "All right, cool." So yeah, I would do it. I think it would be fun. I think it would be interesting experience to see. I would love to have that behind the scenes experience to see what they're doing, how they're doing it. Because some of the shows I have picked up continuity errors, and that's because I'm like a film geek and like the continuity error geeks. I love watching errors in films or continuity errors. I don't think I've ever said that word so many times in like one day or a week even. But I love watching those, like the filming mistakes and production mistakes and stuff like that. I love those. So watching those shows when I do watch those shows, because honestly, I mean, and I've told you guys before, like I don't watch ghost hunting shows because I just don't find them entertaining. But when I have to do it for an article or a piece or some research, there's a lot of continuity errors in them, and it just you don't really pick them out unless you watch them the way I do, which is watching every like 30 seconds over and over and over again. Like I get to one point where I'm like, all right, here it is. Here's when it happens. And I watch that over and over and over and over again. So that's where you pick it out. All right. So I would definitely do that show if he asked. But I know that they do. It's for entertainment, and I know they appeal to a certain audience. So they don't want someone like me being on the show like going, well, no, that's not really how it works. I don't think they want me. We'll see though. Maybe. All right. Let me see. I think that's it. I think we're good. We're at 2-hour mark. Woo! We made it again. Hallelujah. Oh, I love it. And I did it all by myself. I'm so proud of myself, though I don't want to do this again. Donna, you need to get your butt back here and help me, please. But yeah. Look at that. You're a hero. Dave Schumacher, just need to drive to Illinois or Wisconsin to know it's dangerous. Uh-oh, I froze up. Oh, hopefully I unfroze. I hate when I freeze. All right. So with that, let me tell you about my Squid Game Bob's announcements. So what do I have coming up? Let's see, May 12th to 14th, which is next weekend. I'll be in Rochester, New York. If you're available, if you have nothing to do and you're in the kind of area, come on out. It should be a fun time. I hope the weather is going to be good. I hope, because a lot of this is supposed to be outside. We're all going to be set up outside, so it's going to suck if it rains. But I'm still going to have a good time because, I mean, you can drink in the rain. It doesn't matter. With that, so I'll be there May 12th to the 14th, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Friday night, it's the VIP party. So it's pretty much a party. You pay $10, you get in. There's a bar. It's not an open bar. It's a cash bar, I think. I hope the bar is open. Bar better be open. And then Saturday and Sunday are the festival days. So there's paranormal people, there's Bigfoot people that are going to be there. And there's a variety of artists and crafts going to be there. I know Donna is going to be there, even though I'm pointing over here and she's not here. She's going to be there with her Lucky Cheeky Creations booth. So come on out, hang out, ask me a question, hang out for a little bit, talk, whatever. It'll be fun. I'm looking forward to it. Let's see, May 21st, which is, I believe, a Sunday night, I'm going to be doing a podcast called Cryptid Crunch. They reached out to me, asked if they saw the show I did with Steve Coles, and they liked my point of view, so they wanted to talk more. So I don't have a time yet, but I'll be posting it on my Facebook page. So check that out. May 22nd, which is a Monday night, Leo Igwe will be here. He is from Nigeria, and he does a lot of humanist work. He does a lot of work saving people from outdated ancient customs, like witchcraft, being accused of witchcraft, being killed for being accused of witchcraft, and a lot of other really, really bad stuff like that. So he's going to be here at the Center for Inquiry in Amherst, which is in Buffalo, New York, and he's going to be doing a lecture. that night, I believe from 7 to 8. Doors open at 6:30 if you want to come out. I think it's like $10 to get in if you're not a member. But it's definitely worth it. I'm excited. I'm very excited because I've been wanting to meet this guy for years. And I'm very, very excited about him coming here and being able to have some time with him. I'm going to try and get him in here in my office for an interview during the day. So that'd be so cool. June 8th, back here at the Center for Inquiry will be Melanie Trusted King. She's been on the show a couple times. She'll be doing a lecture here. And I don't know what she's lecturing about, but we're going to be doing that. We're also going to be doing a ghost hunt, which I should have a video up on my Ghosts in the Machine channel under CFI. So we're going to have a good time. I'm looking forward to that. Her and her husband, Anthony, are going to come out. They're going to stay for a couple days with us, and we're just going to do a lot of cool stuff. June 24th, if you're in the area, summer solstice party. Which is held here. If you go on like the Center for Inquiry Western New York Facebook page or their meetup group, you'll be able to see it and sign up for it. We're going to have the grill going. People are going to be cooking burgers, not dogs, hot dogs, burgers. And it's a great party. I went to the winter solstice one and it was great. Lots of food, hanging out with a lot of different people, great conversations. It was really cool. July 14th to 16th is Gettysburg Battlefield Bash. So I'll be back in Pennsylvania, Gettysburg, Pennsylvania, and hanging out with some awesome people. I'll be at the bash, although I will not be setting up my table this time. I'll be talking on one of the discussion panels. I don't know what we're talking about, but I'll be on it. And I'm sure there will be excitement because there's always excitement when I go to that. When I go to the Gettysburg, the Battlefield Bash, there is always some excitement that surprisingly happens when Tim Vickers is not around because he's a big guy and he keeps away the haters. Then he goes to bed and they all descend upon me. September 16th is the Mothman Festival. I'll be seeing Daniel Reed out there, I think. Hopefully I'll be meeting up with him and getting to hang out with him in person. That'll be fun. October 26th to 29th is SciCon, our conference, our science conference out in Las Vegas, Nevada. I'll be out there. Woo! Going to be doing a workshop. I'm going to host a workshop about solving mysteries. Love doing that. And then November 3rd to 5th is Para-Unity Expo in Woodbridge, New Jersey. I'll be out that, setting up my booth. It'll be fun. Love it. And one other thing, next week, there is if you ever follow Lloyd Arabak, I did a course with him. I co-taught a course with him maybe like a year and a half, 2 years ago, called something about skepticism. Holy shit. I should really know this because it starts on Tuesday. It starts Tuesday night. I'm doing another class with him, an 8-week course that I'm co-teaching with him. He's going to be talking about his perspective of skepticism and pseudo-skepticism. And then I'm going to be talking about solving mysteries, like methods that I use for solving mysteries. It's a paid course. So if you're interested, you go to the Rhine Institute and you can sign up there. And it's 8 weeks, 8 Tuesday nights. And I'll be here for I think it's 2 hours. So that should be fun. I had a great time last time. And that's it for me. That is it. I'm going to cut this off because I'm over my limit and I love it. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. I really do. And I love that you guys come out every Friday night and support me and support the show and are interested. You're engaged. This show would be nothing without you. Seriously. That's not an overstatement. That's not, kissing your ass. It would literally not be a show without you because it'd be just this asshole talking to himself all night. But you guys come out and you really make it happen. You throw out good topics. Even when I don't know what you're talking about, we still discuss it. We still, I can write it down and we can get back to you. I learn more because of your questions and topics, especially when I don't know anything about them. I learn much more. So I love this. The whole dynamic. I love it. And with that, I'll stop ranting. Let me cue up my ending video here so I don't Tim Vicker it. But everyone, have a great Friday night. Enjoy your weekend. And remember, never stop learning. I'll see you next time. Oh, not next time. Not next week, because no show next week because I'll be in Rochester. So following week. So I'll see you next time. Bye.